The O2, visually typeset in branding as the O2, is a large entertainment district on the Greenwich Peninsula in southeast London, England, including an indoor arena, a music club, a Cineworld cinema, an exhibition space, piazzas, bars and restaurants. It was built largely within the former Millennium Dome, a large dome-shaped building built to house an exhibition celebrating the turn of the third millennium. As such, the Dome remains a name in common usage for the venue. It is often referred by various names: the O2 Dome, the O2 Centre, which properly refers to an unrelated shopping centre on Finchley Road, or the O2 Arena, which properly refers to a smaller indoor arena within the O2. Naming rights to the district were purchased by the mobile telephone provider O2 from its developers, Anschutz Entertainment Group, during the development of the district. AEG owns the long-term lease on the O2 Arena and surrounding leisure space. From the closure of the original Millennium Experience exhibition occupying the site, several possible ways of reusing the Millennium Dome's shell were proposed and then rejected. The official renaming of the Dome in 2005 gave publicity to its transition into an entertainment district. The Dome's shell itself remained in sight, but its interior and the area around North Greenwich Station, the QE2 Pier and the main entrance area were completely redeveloped. The area is served by North Greenwich Tube Station, which was opened just before the Millennium Exhibition, on the Jubilee Line, and by bus routes. Thames Clippers operate a river boat service for London River Services. The present tenants, AEG, purchased Thames Clippers in order to provide river links between central London and the O2. As well as a commuter service, Thames Clippers also operates the O2 Express service. The tent, the dome-shaped building, which now houses the O2's Entertainment Avenue and Arena, was originally constructed as the Millennium Dome and housed the Millennium Experience, a major exhibition to celebrate the start of the third millennium. The exhibition opened to the public on January 1, 2000 and ran until December 31, 2000. However, the project and exhibition was the subject of considerable political controversy and it did not attract the number of visitors anticipated, leading to recurring financial problems. In popular usage, the dome canopy is often still called the Dome, reflecting the substantial, and often adverse, publicity given to its building in the late 20th century. Background to development. The O2 was developed inside the dome structure by Anschutz Entertainment Group to a design by Populous and Buro Happold and a £600 million development. In December 2001, it was announced that Meridian Delta, Limited had been chosen by the government to develop the dome structure, originally the Millennium Dome, as a sports and entertainment centre, and to develop housing, shops and offices on 150 acres of surrounding land. It is also hoped to relocate some of London's tertiary education establishments to the site. Meridian Delta is backed by the American billionaire Philip Anschutz, who has interests in oil, railways, and telecommunications, as well as a string of sports-related investments. Meridian Delta, a subsidiary of Quintain Estates and Development and Lend-Lease, had signed a 999-year lease for the Dome and its surrounding land with the government and English Partnerships, a UK governmental body for national regeneration which was assigned the regeneration of the Greenwich Peninsula. The Dome site was then subleased to Anschutz Entertainment Group, who strongly support Meridian Delta, for a minimum of 58 years. English Partnerships leased the arena directly to AEG Europe for 58 years. AEG would develop and operate the O2 during the length of the lease agreements. The lease agreements were made in the agreement that the government would get a certain percentage of profits through English Partnerships. English Partnerships and Quintain Estates and Development both own land around the O2 on the Greenwich Peninsula. They will release land in stages, to developers, and develop the area in a joint venture with the aid of Meridian Delta. Some of the land is already being developed for offices and shops. Some of the land around the Dome is being reserved for possible extended development for the O2, including a hotel, although the building of much of the extended development depends on how much investment can be made by AEG. Ravensbourne, a specialist art and design institution previously located in Chislehurst, moved to a new campus built immediately adjacent to the O2 in September 2010. The David Beckham Academy Football School ran nearby from 2005 to 2009. The cost of developing the whole Greenwich Peninsula area was estimated at £4 billion in 2006. As part of the investment program, naming rights were sold to O2 plc. And the O2 became the official name of the project on May 25, 2005. The £6 million a year deal between O2 plc and AEG also included priority tickets and reserved VIP accommodation for O2 mobile customers. The service was also made available to premium ticket holders. O2 plc started talks with AEG in 2005 to have its logo and branding placed on the roof of the dome, but this has not yet been confirmed. Anschutz Entertainment Group have constantly stated that they wish to abolish its name as the Dome due to its bad reputation as a failed project, being tagged as the White Elephant. Since its opening, there have been signs of the press and public calling it the O2. It is currently the largest entertainment district in London. To mark its opening, AEG spent £6.5 million on a mass advertising campaign, led by VCCP, throughout Europe to promote the O2. They are also partnered with and sponsored by ADT, AOL, NEC, Credit Suisse, InBev UK, BMW, Nestlé, Pepsi Max and Vivitar. Construction the development took place in the form of new buildings being built inside the dome structure. The dome structure was not changed as part of the construction with the exception of blue lights being added to the support poles and plasma displays being added to some of the large sculptures around the dome. Construction started with the arena roof, which was built on the ground and then raised, as cranes could not be used in the dome structure. The construction then moved on to the arena building itself and the entertainment avenue around the arena building. A wide pathway between North Greenwich Station and the O2 was also built, as well as the Peninsula Square Piazza in front of the dome for special events. A glass roof was built over part of the pathways so that people can walk from the station to the O2 without getting wet in rain. A covered path was also built between the QE2 pier and the O2's main entrance. Bureau Happold provided structural engineering for the project. The main civil engineering and construction contract for the development was awarded to Sir Robert McAlpine. Watson Steel Structures provided engineering for the 4,500-ton arena roof. ME Engineers were the building services engineers for the project. T. Clark were the electrical contractors. OA Consulting Engineers set up a few interactive exhibitions within the O2. Keller Ground Engineering prepared the ground for construction. Special ground preparation was necessary due to the contaminated soils from the industrial works which existed at the site before the dome. Catalytic converters were also installed within the dome to prevent toxic gases due to the dome structure being left in place. The plant cylinders, containing services equipment, and some piles used for the original dome, were reused. Financial consulting was provided by WT Partnership and E.C. Harris. The Waterfront Partnership provided legal support for the development and continues to do so for the O2. Cursor International helped with the development of the entertainment venues. Super Casino proposals Anschutz plan to build a super casino as one of the attractions, as this would create a huge investment for the company and would allow for business opportunities and further developments of the area. The super casino was to be developed and operated by Cursor International. The association of the British Deputy Prime Minister, John Prescott, with Philip Anschutz, head of the entertainment group, gave rise to serious political controversy in Britain with allegations that Prescott may have used undue influence to support Anschutz's casino license bid. Prescott had met with Anschutz on several occasions and even stayed in his ranch for a few days. They were further criticised when the structure for the super casino had already been built. In January 2007 the single trial licence for a British super casino was granted to Manchester. Thus AEG announced that the casino will not be built in the near future, and that there would not be enough investment for a high-rise hotel, designed by Richard Rogers, as well as a theatre, a cable car from Canary Wharf and an extended development that was planned adjacent to the dome structure will not be built. AEG had previously stated that there was no alternative plan if the super casino could not be located in the O2. However, the space reserved for the super casino is still available for future developments. Future developments nearly one-third of the ground floor of the Dome awaits development in Phase 2. A mezzanine level is also located on the western side of the Dome, in which AEG are still determined to locate a super casino. Alternatively, an attraction is required that would attract enough tourists who would wish to stay overnight and bring in sufficient investment to allow Phase 2 to proceed, as well as the building of the planned hotel. It has been suggested that the O2 could be a cruise terminal as an alternative to a super casino, if the super casino were not possible. In late 2007, marine engineering consultancy, Beckett Rankine, were appointed to investigate the possibility of the cruise terminal being built. The remaining land around the O2 Entertainment District will be filled with shops and offices. Short-term car parks are currently being built. In 2012 it was reported that the O2 would be sold by its owners, Anschutz Entertainment Group, as part of the disposal of the entire company's assets, rumored to be valued around $7 billion. Opening, the venue, rebranded the O2, was reopened to the public on June 24, 2007 with a concert by Bon Jovi in the arena. The O2 celebrated its first year with a book, including a double-page picture of Elton John from his September 2007 Red Piano show. Prior to this reopening, other events took place, including a soft opening for residents of the area to explore the entertainment district and an opening for staff called the O2 Premiere, which featured Peter Kay, Tom Jones, Kaiser Chiefs and Basement Jaxx. An event called Out of the Blue featuring circus acts also took place on the day of the public opening, as part of the Greenwich Festival. Facilities. Various buildings are housed within the dome structure, including an arena, known as the O2 Arena, and an entertainment avenue consisting of various restaurants and bars. There is also a VIP club lounge, an operations room, a media center with high-definition facilities and a number of dressing rooms, as well as a VIP entrance exit for performers. All the venues in the complex use the latest lighting, sound and security technology, including RFID smart card tagging of staff and VIP guests, and digitally managed sound. There are 4 computer server rooms to provide this technology. The complex is also covered by CCTV and security personnel. Arena visitors and their bags are screened with X-ray machines and metal detectors at the main entrance. The O2 Arena equals. The O2 Arena is a 20,000 capacity venue, primarily used for live music. It is located at the center of the O2 and is the first American-style, multi-purpose arena in London. It is the second largest arena in Europe after the Manchester Arena, but is the busiest in the world. The arena and its facilities are housed in an independent building within the dome structure. The arena has hosted multiple music and sporting events, and in 2008 exceeded ticket sales for both Madison Square Garden and the Manchester Arena. Indigo at the O2 equals. Indigo at the O2 is a 2750-capacity live music club for smaller music events, club events, after shows, corporate and private events. It contains 4 bars, 2 on the main ground floor area in front of the stage, 1 in the VIP lounge called the Purple Lounge and 1 in the stalls, called Bleachers. The Purple Lounge is not in direct view of the stage, but guests have access to King's Row. The best seats in the venue. The Circle is on the top floor, above King's Row. Indigo at the O2 is managed by Ansco Music Club Limited. The venue also hosted an audience with Bill Clinton. Comedians among Andy Parsons and Tim Allen performed their shows at Indigo. Classic FM hosted several shows throughout 2008. It hosted the boot camp sessions for the reality TV show, The X Factor, during the 2008 Series 5 season. The venue also hosted the debut of the snooker format, Power Snooker. It was also the venue for the first exclusive concert, CN Blue Live in London, of South Korean pop rock band CN Blue. The O2 Bubble equals. The O2 Bubble is a 2-story bubble-shaped exhibition space built to museum standards, which opened in November 2007. It is made from ETFE, the same material used for the Eden project, and the bubble itself is reportedly based on the Eden project. Tutankhamun and the Golden Age of the Pharaohs was the first exhibition in the bubble, and after that was Body Worlds. In October 2009 it was Michael Jackson, the official exhibition, a collection of Jackson's personal items from his estate and Neverland Ranch, costumes and props from his tours and videos. In 2009, the third floor of the bubble became an exhibition called the British Music Experience, a 60-year retrospective of British popular music. It now hosts an Elvis exhibition. A London outlet of Brooklyn Bowl opened in 2014 on the ground floor. The Avenue. The Entertainment Avenue is a wide pedestrian avenue within the O2, with artificial palm trees and other decorations, built around the circular arena building which takes up the center of the dome structure. The Entertainment Avenue has buildings on either side, which are leased to tenants who run bars and restaurants, and resembles a shopping center. The buildings on the Entertainment Avenue include a music club known as Indigo 2, an exhibition space known as the O2 Bubble, a cinema managed by Cineworld, and 25 bars and restaurants. The cinema includes 11 screens over 2 levels, including one 770-capacity auditorium which is the third largest screen, by screen size, in London, and the sixth largest screen in the UK. It uses the Vista ticketing system, where tickets can be purchased from any stall selling refreshments. Cineworld began operating the cinema, taking over from View in 2010. Fast food outlets have been banned from the development as the theme is aspirational but accessible, trying to avoid it being seen as a shopping centre but more like Covent Garden. Up at the O2 announced in 2011, Up at the O2 officially opened on June 21, 2012. It involves an expedition across the roof of the O2 along a 190 meters long tensile fabric walkway. Halfway, a central platform provides 360-degree views of the city, before a descent down to the base of the venue on the other side. From the platform, visitors can see the Olympic Park, Thames Barrier, historic Royal Greenwich and Canary Wharf. Indoor event space. The O2 also has one multi-purpose indoor event space for live music and night clubbing. Competing with other similar event spaces such as Brixton Academy, the club is called Building 6. Outdoor event space. Special events or minor events which do not require or cannot be held in the indoor venues are held in the piazzas. The London Piazza, Peninsula Square outside the main entrance of the O2, and the area around the main entrance. The London Piazza has featured an indoor beach, ice rink and dry ski slope. Brooklyn Bowl. Brooklyn Bowl, a bowling alley and live music venue combined, launched in the O2 Arena. Chronology of the site. 1994, the Millennium Commission is established by Prime Minister John Major and handed over to Deputy Prime Minister Michael Heseltine. January 1996, a site on the Greenwich Peninsula is selected. Birmingham, Derby and Stratford, London were also considered. May 1999, the Jubilee Line extension opens, putting the Dome on the London Underground. June 22, 1999, the structure of the Dome is completed. January 1, 2000, the Dome structure opens to public as the Millennium Dome, containing an exhibition to celebrate the third millennium. December 31, 2000, the Dome closes to the public. February 27, 2001 March 2, 2001, One Amazing Auction Sale, 4-day public auction with 17,000 lots of Dome NMEC items, managed by auctioneer Henry Butcher. December 18, 2001, announcement of sale of the site to Meridian Delta Limited, who plan to turn it into a 20,000-seat sports and entertainment venue. Houses and offices will be built on the surrounding land, subject to the consent of the London Borough of Greenwich. December 6, 2003, Winter Wonderland 2003 opens. May 31, 2005, Anschutz Entertainment Group sell the naming rights to the former Millennium Dome to O2 plc, a British mobile phone company. June 23, 2007, the O2's O2 premiered private event opens to staff. Peter Kay, Tom Jones, Kaiser Chiefs and Basement Jorch perform. June 24, 2007, the O2 opens to the public. Bon Jovi is the first band to open the new O2 Arena. September 2, 2007, Disney Channel's High School Musical 2 premieres at the O2. It is the first movie to premiere at the venue. April 6, 2008, Olympic torch passes the O2 during relay in London. June 7, 2010, Bon Jovi become the first band to play on the roof of the O2 to commemorate the beginning of their 12-night residency in the arena. June 21, 2012, Up at the O2 officially opened. Transport links. See also, the O2 Arena, Millennium Dome, London Eye, Tensile architecture, tensile structure, the O2, venues of the 2012 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. Notes and references. External links, the O2 Euro official site, the O2 floor plan, detailed report of the Dome and Greenwich Peninsula regeneration scheme published by the National Audit Office, the Millennium Dome at Stroke Greenwich Mex the Dome the O2 ongoing site that documents the run-up to the Mex and, now, to the O2.